Hey guys, welcome back. I thought I should make another video about the coronavirus since that's all we hear about in the news these days. Nothing else is happening. Brexit is done because for the last 3 years there was everything about Brexit and now everything is about the coronavirus. As some of you already know, I used to be a doctor, so there is still some medical knowledge inside this box. And this virus business is very, very simple. And it's been around for many years, hundreds of years. I'll give you a little example of what normally happens. Every year we have the cold in winter, the flu, the common cold as it's called. And basically people say, oh, I'm very lucky, I've not had a flu for the last 2-3 years. Some people say, oh, this year was great, I didn't get a flu. In reality, if there are people coughing and sneezing around you, you have caught the virus, you have caught the cold. But your body is strong enough to fight it, and therefore you don't have the symptoms. Same thing is going to happen with this coronavirus. It's a kind of a flu, a cold. And obviously it has different symptoms, and it's much worse than the normal types of cold that people get. And therefore, once it's out in the atmosphere, in the environment, in our surroundings, then all of us on this planet will end up catching it in some shape or form at some point. If you isolate yourself now, in 3 months' time, when you come into contact with someone who's a carrier, who has some symptoms, who has the virus, you'll catch it. Unfortunately, that's the reality that the government isn't telling you because they don't want people to panic. And it's true, you shouldn't panic. So, you should stop worrying about it and stop hoarding the toilet paper that you're all hoarding, because I've been to the supermarket a few times and there is no toilet paper, so I don't know what people are doing. Instead of having food, they're eating toilet paper perhaps. Going back to the virus and what's going to happen. The whole population is going to get it. Some people will get no symptoms, some people will get some symptoms, some people will get severe symptoms, and some people will die. And looking at the stats of how many people have caught it and what's the percentage of people who are dying is between 1 and 6%. That's a very, very large number for the human civilization to basically accept that something is killing people so quickly. The normal common cold or flu virus that we get every year kills more people. And the cause of death is usually something else rather than the cold. So if you're ill, you caught a cold and you got pneumonia and you died from pneumonia. So they put cause of death pneumonia rather than cause of death catching the flu. In this case, they identify you have got coronavirus, and then if you die of the complications or a pneumonia or a chest infection, they don't write death by pneumonia, they put coronavirus. That's why people are more scared. Yes, it's a serious thing that's happening around the world, but there's nothing we can do to stop it. The main thing is that the governments are asking everyone to isolate themselves and stay away because they don't want the whole system to collapse as a result. Because if all of us got sick at the same time, the phone lines would be jammed, the ambulance service, the hospitals, they wouldn't be able to cope. And there are people who are very serious and others who won't be very serious, they'll have milder symptoms. But by the time they do the triage and figure out who is more serious and who isn't, the more serious patients and the older patients may die. So what they're trying to do is to limit the amount of people who get the virus at the same time. The government knows that we are all going to get it, but they want people to get it in small batches. And that way it can be managed effectively. The other thing is some countries have started doing these tests and saying, okay, these people have had the virus, so they are less likely to get it again. It's just like common cold. If you get it once in a season, there is a small chance, if you're weak, that you could get it again. So, and you will pass it on to others who haven't had it. So all those things that we experience from cough and a common cold when it happens around us, it's the same thing. I thought I should make this video because the last video was about a conspiracy theory and about things that may or may not happen. We don't know. We'll probably never find out the facts. The main thing is to eat proteins, eat a healthy diet, eat vegetables, because that will boost your immunity, and then have juices. If you have the option, then make the juices at home, like squeeze fresh fruit and make juice from it. So I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you drink a lot of orange juice, it creates a lot of acidity in your stomach, and you end up having sometimes some cough or some sore throat. And even though vitamin C is very good, but if you drink a lot of juice, it can create phlegm, which is the mucus that is produced from our mucosal membranes and our lungs. So you could mix apple, carrot and orange juice together to reduce the acidity. It will have more healthy benefits as well. In terms of taking medication, consult your doctor. Don't randomly go and take stuff. Read up stuff online. Avoid fake news, because there's a lot of stuff going on about Nurofen, which is ibuprofen, and other medicines, what you should take and what you shouldn't. With a virus, you can only control the symptoms and you can build your immunity. So if you focus on that, to say if you have a high fever, you need to work on reducing your fever. There's no point taking antibiotics because it's not going to help with the virus. Just as a disclaimer, I'm not advising anyone to do any of these things because I'm a doctor. I'm doing this as a fellow human being, and hopefully this will be of some use to people around the world. So stay safe, take care of your families, stay away from old people if you're sick or healthy, because you could be a carrier. And yeah, help your neighbors, and I don't know, ask them from the outside if they need some groceries if you're going out shopping, and do it from a distance. But yeah, take care people, and thanks for watching, and more videos to come. Ciao.
And anyway, I get a notification from Facebook that my video had been removed for violating community standards. So, ladies and gentlemen, why is this important? All I did, I'm not even talking in the video, all I did was share a video of doctors, group of doctors, not just one doctor, a group of doctors, standing there simply saying that, that there is medication for the virus going on. Now, I'm not a doctor. I don't know how true that was. I have no idea. But what I do know is that it's very, very, very scary that I can't even post a video of doctors talking about what they have found to be effective against COVID-19 without Facebook taking it down, saying that I have violated community standards. 12.6 thousand people are watching. I need each and every one of you to hit the share button right now. How is this free speech? Let me ask you that. Let's just get off of coronavirus for a minute. How is this free speech? How is it free speech when you can't even post a video of doctors talking? I didn't know that Facebook knew things that doctors didn't know. I didn't know that Mark Zuckerberg was treating a single COVID-19 patient. I was unaware that Facebook was the end-all be-all on what is adequate medical procedure for the coronavirus. But apparently, that's where we're at. Here we are on Facebook right now. There's 14,000 people watching. I need everyone to hit the share button because this is a problem. If we can't have conversation, if we can't talk about these things, if we can't have information from multiple groups of people, especially other doctors, then what the crap are we doing? I mean, just go ahead and say what you really want. Just go ahead and lock us all down. Just go ahead and make it to where none of us have any rights or freedoms ever again. Just go ahead and take everything away from us because that's what you really want at this point. And Zithromax and zinc and all this other kind of stuff, they need doctors to prescribe that stuff to them. So what's the harm, Facebook, in watching a video of doctors talking about a different way? And most importantly, are we just going to stand by and let this happen? I mean, what kind of bullcrap garbage is this? We can't have conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, this video had almost 20 million views within 6 hours because people want this information out. And then Facebook just removes it. It's gone by the words of these doctors, the words of these people are gone because Facebook said that it violated community standards. Now that's the tricky part, right? How in the world did that violate community standards? Sounds like to me that it just wasn't the narrative that Facebook wanted. That's what it sounds like to me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a huge problem. And I need everyone to share this video.
African Indigenous Movement, AIM. We say no to the vaccine. Africans must not be used as guinea pigs to test European medicines. We are not animals. We say no to vaccine. I challenge all of us to put videos out also agreeing with the vision and the health of our people. Your voice is needed. AIM says no to vaccines. African Indigenous Movement, AIM. We say no to the vaccine. Africans must not be used as guinea pigs to test European medicines. We are not animals. We say no to vaccine. I challenge all of us to put videos out also agreeing with the vision and the health of our people. Your voice is needed. AIM says no to vaccines.